So, after a couple years of the release of Miles Morales, Insomniac got to work on Spider-Man 2 when it comes out to varying results. This game features Venom as the main villain, and it's got an interesting story, but with some uh, contrived character or character traits. Yeah, character traits. So, anyway. I've got some good things to say about it as well as some bad things to say about it, but keep in mind that this has nothing to do with the quote unquote woke virus that is going on around the internet. It's nothing like that. I'm judging the game on its own merits and I just want to have fun with it. Anyway, this is Spider Man 2. Fun fact, I got this steelbook from a collector's edition I bought last year around October, and it's a pretty good looking case, as you can already see. Though fortunately it didn't come with discs, so I had to buy the actual disc, as you can already see. It also comes with a statue. I'll show it to you right now. This came with a statue, and it wasn't really hard to put together. It's kind of like the at least around the size of my head, if you're not counting the Spider-Man. But that having been said, let me put this back and then I'll get to the actual game. So, the game has a bit of evolution to it. You're not just playing as either Spider-Man or you're not just playing as Peter Parker or Miles Morales anymore. You're playing as both of them. You're basically going to be switching up every now and then to complete their own missions, and they have their unique caveats to it, to say the least. Like some that are good, some that are just bad. But then again, every game has a good or bad thing going for it. Like Miles doing this whole DJ thing, it felt a little weird, especially when it involves Mysterio. But I mean, it's this whole side game where you have to help Mysterio help out with his digital VR attractions, and it can go a bit okay here and there, but uh, it's it's got a mixed bag. Like I enjoy the message, but it's you know, excuse me. And as for Spider-Man, Peter Parker, he also helps out Yuri Watanabe, aka Wraith, and well, well, I mean she's okay for the most part. She seems a little too try hardy as a Punisher XP. Like it feels a little too forced in my opinion. And while I can slightly agree with her sentiment regarding the criminals, it feels a little too edgy, at least for my taste. Like she's trying to act like she's either the Punisher or she's John Wick. But on the plus side, we do get a nice surprise at who the villain's gonna be at the end of Spider-Man's mission. But going into the main story, Peter Parker's best friend Harry has just finished going through cancer, and for some reason he looks and feels nice. And well, we learn later on that he has the symbiote inside him, which is kind of a pity because I wish that Eddie Brock was the one that had the symbiote. But uh, later on, uh, minor spoilers, Spider-Man is dying, and Harry transfers the suit over to him, and while it does enhance his abilities, like in all Spidey fiction, it changes Spider-Man for the worse. Like it starts affecting his mood. He starts lashing out at his friends, what which while forced, mind you, it does it it does show how deeply affected he is by the previous events he went through, at least in the first Spider-Man. But later on, we get sort of a quasi web of shadows thing going on, and well, I mean, it's certainly hmm, a nice change of pace, but it's no web of shadows. I grew up with the game myself, and trust me, it goes a whole lot more in depth than you could ever imagine. But that's neither here nor there. But you're not just fighting up against Venom. You're also fighting up against Craven the Hunter and his hunter goons, and they're trying to bag the ultimate trophy, which is evidently Spider-Man himself. So there are a lot of side missions that go on with Craven the Hunter, whether it be weapon caches or hideouts, and well, they go about as well as you expect, but they're they're ultimately fun time killers, which is well satisfying. Like you get to go through different combat scenarios like stealth or full frontal. It's fun. It's fun, but a bit of my gripe with the game is MJ. They essentially turn her into John Wick, and while I can understand due to the vast amount of training she received from Silver Sable and the previous game, it I think she was taught a little bit. I think she was either given it an advanced class or she just managed to, keep all this stored in here like a Mary Sue. I don't like using the word, but it's true. She she goes around blasting in guys like it's a Doom level, and it just feels a bit too forced. That's the word. But some of them are enjoyable, others are not. But I mean, the character herself feels a bit inconsistent, albeit to a minuscule, like for some reason at some point in the game she's able to pinpoint what will happen to Peter when he encounters Venom again, and she pushes him out of the way. I mean, Spider-Man has the spider sense, and it doesn't make any sense for MJ to just push him out of the way like she's Superman or some shit. And going over some of it of the other of the other events, like at the end she's riding her bike, and the symbiotes are chasing after her. It just feels a bit too, what's the word? Oh yeah, I forgot. It's forced. And she also attempts to do the Oculus slide, and it fails miserably. And let's not get into to Miles's new costume. Yeah, let's leave out the Colgate costume. Yeah, but uh, we still get to fight some of his rogues gallery, although some of them have been done in by Craven, and well, the game it's a bit of a mixed bag for me. And while I do not necessarily hate it, I think a lot more could have been done with it. Like you could have had Eddie Brock, either Eddie Brock in the game, or I don't know, be a little daring and have Peter Parker become Venom. I mean, it would have been a great mirror image for Miles and what he would become if he ultimately got to kill Martin Lee at the end. they'll ever happen, but still. But that having been said, I I still recommend that some people play it because while the story is a bit of a janky mess and there are some glitches here and there, I still think that it's a fun game and I would recommend you playing. In fact, I've only got one more trophy left before I get the platinum. There's a lot to do, but once you're finished, there's just nothing left to go through. I mean, you've pretty much done all you could, and that all that's left to do is to wait for the DLC. Not that I think that there will be DLC, but I mean, Sony just all they really care about is their live service games and just uh, and missed opportunity with Black Cat here. She should have seen what Peter looks like with a black suit and all. But in either case, it's an 8 out of 10 for me. It's nowhere close to the first Spider-Man, but I still enjoyed it at the end of the day, and I think you will too if you give it the chance. Anyway, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you later.